you very much, Dave. Unfortunately, we have TJ using the little boys' room for the moment, so it's going to be a bit of a solo cast as we take a look at both of these teams. We kind of sped right through the next game. The last series went a bit too long, particularly our analysis of the situation and the fact that the Baron was never taken, as TJ and I were kind of harping on constantly. But taking a look at these compositions at the moment, we're on the POV of Omega Esports, and Jin here over in this top lane. His support is roaming the map in mid, and nothing really going on, no crazy invades of either side here. TJ, are you joining me, or was that...
Sorry, I had to take a walk because of the Baron place.
I already talked about it. But, this is... Nothing's crazy has gone on. It was just the game started because they were mad at us for taking too long talking about the last game.
Understandable.
Alright, well, the bans for this game were Solo Soy banned Misfortune and Oriana, and Omega Esports banned Kennen and Aurelian Soul.
Ooh, good engage. Headbutt pulverized, Tamelapse is in trouble. Will Kai back and find the root? That's actually a huge root. Very low HP on the Kaizen. First blood will be passed over to Impressive as they lock down 2 kills inside this dragon lane.
That's very unfortunate timing for a Solo Soy there, trying to jump in.
Good shot from Tamelapse.
Yeah, very, very well done by him. But it's kind of they tried to jump on him at the exact moment that his team was rotating around to get on the backside and get that flag. So again, nice shot, nice route there to allow for the basically securing of the kill. But it's just unfortunate timing slash not really big. Paying attention to the map.
I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think I would frame that actually as Omega Esports being really well set up for that. When we saw this team previously, Tamelapse and Impressive were the 2 players who really stood out. Impressive, of course, the jungler for Omega Esports. He had a Lee Sin game where he just single-handedly got 16 kills.
Right. And did Solo? Which team was the one that got one victory? That was Omega, I believe.
That was Solo Soy.
Oh, that was Solo Soy. Okay.
Sorry, Omega.
Stop confusing me.
Omega got a round off of Bigatron and Tennis. But did lose the series 2-1.
By the way, peace and bed. And so did Graves. Unfortunate. There's a bit of a gank in bottom lane. Unfortunately, our Greg isn't looking at it.
Down bottom, but Graves has other things to worry about. He's got fruity.
Of course. In any case, I don't know if I should wait until between games to say this, but if Solo Soy wins this, then 1 snapper through to the next round, and Omega's out. So if Omega loses this, they're just out. If Omega wins, then it gets really messy. So those are the stakes here.
Yeah. Omega Esports kind of would ruin the standings of the group, make things all kinds of dangerous.
If they do win, there could be 3-2. There could be a 3-way 2-1. There could be a 3-way 1-2 if Omega does win this match. So the person liking chaos, I want that to happen. Yeah.
If Omega win, those Soul of Soy are almost 100% out. So
right, almost 100%. But yeah.
We have another jungle fight happening around that dragon lane. This time again, Impressive will fall a rough time in the jungle as the Lee Sin dies yet again. Impressive will push further forward. Very good blocking by F2Y. The Gragas Cask will shut down Impressive's Graves. And F2Y, after getting that kill, Kite's back playing support for their Kai'Sa. Very well played.
I can't believe they got out of that unscathed. Really well. Maybe unscathed was a little bit much, but the POV side, where the Gragas was unscathed a little bit.
Clink will dive in and instantly get ruined. So Soul and Soy are now down 2 different players.
He almost got that kill though. I can understand the greed. I can understand the greed when he tried to drop it. Like, they're so low, get him! And I think that the Lulu's name is definitely conveying my feelings right now.
I mean, the problem is, your Lee Sin and your team wants to grab this Drake. If he doesn't die, they have the Drake.
For sure.
Body slam setup. Oh, it's red. Ward now in this bush, the body slam will not come out, so instead, Soul Side will turn themselves towards this Drake. There is vision on it, so we'll see if Omega Esports contest. They certainly are pushing for it. Drake will be picked up successfully by Soul Soy, F2Y. Dropped to half HP. Very well played by Stronger. Really good zoning on this fight. Round the side, it's damage onto Oppressive though, who will be the first player to fall. 1-for-1 trading. And now, the curveball comes through. Double kill from the back of the fight. Huge plays coming out from this Jin. And all the while, guess what it rises up to? He's tapping on that turret.
Wait. I know that that's pretty reasonable in the opposite lane, but why wasn't this... Okay, anyway, we'll take a look at this fight once more. Really kind of messy. The Drake was given away mostly for free. Singe kind of trying to go in the back line there, but he gets roughed up real bad. Then the Gragas tries to get away, takes a big shot there. And obviously the ult is able to finish him off in the end. But this is kind of...
This is one of the best Wild Rift Jins I've seen.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job for sure.
Really impressed with this Jin.
I don't even know where this game is supposed to go from here, though. It's just kind of too chaotic for my liking. Or, actually, no, I do like it. I take it back, I do like it, yeah. But it's just kind of hilarious.
And we're already fighting over objectives, so...
I appreciate it.
Take it through. TJ will not have an aneurysm this game.
I don't know, things were pretty, pretty fast in the last series until game number 3. So, things can turn on a dime here. Especially when one team's up for elimination in game number 3, potentially.
There is a Rift Herald on the map. Neither team feels quite comfortable enough in their control to take it. And that is the correct call.
Yeah, Rift Herald isn't really that big of an objective to go for. It's nice if you can get it, because oftentimes it leads to a turret, but it's not 100% guaranteed, so if you don't think you can take it safely, then you're fine, just kind of laying off it for a bit.
Poke over the wall, good CC, 17. Will be zoning in. That frontline Alistair is really scaring. You can see Tamerlapse just chipping away in the meantime, though. The longer this fight goes, better for him. Oh, 07 into the front lines. That engage hits the Brawl, though. Stronger just takes those hits. And thus, nothing comes of it. Rift Herald will be picked up successfully by Omega Esports as they turn their attention towards this very, very low mid-turret.
Okay, we're starting to see the strategy here for Omega Esports. They just have the Z split pushing, and potentially we have a 1-3-1 situation with Singe going the opposite direction. And then there's just a lot of poke from the Z just being super annoying, and if there's ever a potential engage, we have big old Braum to get in the way and just say no. So it's basically a 1-3-1 with a lot of poke from the 3, and Braum just kind of shutting down any sort of re-engagement.
That may be the worst Rift Herald spawn I've ever seen. I agree today that they summoned that Rift Herald on top of a minion wave, shot the turret because it was 1 HP, and then left.
Off you go!
The leaving was right. They weren't going to get anything more out of that. But they did not need to summon the Rift Herald there because that minion wave was coming, and all they needed was someone to take. They could have had the Brawl walk under the turret and killed it.
These sacks are just coming out today from TJ.
I'm tired, I don't know. I'll drink some tea, I promise to be good.
Where you drink the tea and then spill some tea? Is that what's going on right now?
I'm glad you're down with this.
Alright, well, we're going to switch perspectives here. Solo Soy, not really feeling too good about this. They're really not handling this 1-3-1 very well. And I feel like they just need to just jump on them. The counter, or the counter play, I should say, to 1-3-1 is just, you just jump them, right? Or you try to force a team fight where you have all 5 there, and you say, stop doing that, stop this stupid list pushing, we're gonna kill you now.
Oh yeah, gang to the Zen. I don't know that.
Yeah, this is not how you do that.
I'm being toxic again, aren't I? Arise will turn this fight into the bush. No HP on Cleek. Good Gragas barrel will make that difficult. Smart. Lose their player up top as Arise does go down. In the meantime, Drake was grabbed across the map.
Yeah, that was way too difficult. That was way too difficult for Solosoy to try to take out the Zed there. It took 2 players, nearly a kill, had to burn a stasis, and yeah, it just, and then they, so much opportunity cost lost in time there as the opposing side was able to take a Drake and I think maybe a turret as well.
Yeah, Omega got a Drake, got a turret. And it is not incorrect, like you were saying, you want to take this split push that is working so well for Omega, and Solosoy want to just push the team fights. That is where they're compliments. The place you should be doing that is around the Baron or the Drake. If you start fighting either the Baron or the Drake, the other team has to respond to you, or try and get turrets in the sidelines, and with the current map state, the most they could get is an air turret, a tier 2 turret. So you take that trade. They get a turret, you get the Baron, any day of the week.
Right. What you don't do is what they just did. Yeah.
Chasing the split lane, particularly when the split lane is Zed, who can just walk away real fast, means that they get objectives on the map uncontested.
Exactly. It just seems like low-hanging fruit to go for them, but you know, that low-hanging fruit suddenly just jumps into the sky randomly, and you can't reach it anymore when you try to reach for it, so it's not a good thing to go for.
If you can really land good CC, then this works really well if you just blow up the Zed, but if the Zed's taking up your time, it doesn't even really matter if they eventually kill Arise, because his job isn't really to get kills, isn't really to be dominant, it's just to stay in that lane and be a nuisance. That's why I actually really like what F2Y's just done. They just went back and got a teleport, and now they can take this fight, stay in lane versus Arise, and teleport into team fights that the rest of the team starts.
Yeah, I think what F2Y is doing is perfectly fine. I'm just wondering about the play from the Lee Sin here. He's always just pressuring over to the Zed, and I don't think that's the right call. Here comes the teleport.
Baron fight. Baron, the quarter HP down. Full engage. Alistair will start things off. Good Gragas cask. Flash will be burned on that Brawl as they try to get to the front of the fight. You can see this Sin just laying down so much damage, but they will get polymorphed in. I think drop flow. Slain indeed by the Kai'Sa Killer Instinct. He will have a current control for the back of the fight, though. Jin able to get at least one, and Arise will dive in, shutting down an Alistair round the side. Arise for big damage here, but just being brought down by the Kai'Sa. Moon's up for 2 kills in the fight. They don't quite close it. I don't believe it. That Zed survives. Arise stays up.
Yeah, it was a 2-for-1 in favor of Big E-Tron, but it seemed like the Kai'Sa was doing so much damage and could potentially clutch that fight out. You saw at the very start of that fight, as the teleport was going through, Zed put all of his damage, even popping the ult, onto the Gragas and make sure that he had, you know, an influence on the fight at the very start of it. That meant that Gragas couldn't really go too deep and had to back off for a moment there, even getting taken out by the Jin there in the end. But I'm just still surprised that the Kai'Sa didn't try to go for it. It was so tempting, and she's so buff right now.
I think that was a really good evidence of what we've been calling for, though. If Solo of Soy just force the team fights around the objectives, they're in with a shot. They win those. You can see what a Kai'Sa does in a team fight, particularly after a steady early game, which is absolutely what's happened.
Yeah, and she even has the Lulu to help her out as well, so it's kind of hard to jump on her. We've seen the Lulu-Kai'Sa combination be devastating before.
Drake is up. Here are Omega's perspective as they set up for him. Tamelapse, your Jin player on screen right now. Setting up at the very, very back of this fight. Doesn't want to be under threat, so positioning really safely, but really well. And you can see the ward knocks that into GA from the Lee Sin. Will the follow-up curtain call of range. Map Drake does go over to Omega. The curtain call finds so much damage. Lee Sin will fall for a second time as Rise charges forward and secures the kills. F2Y will follow. And Moonsa, the star Kai'Sa, won't do anything the second time around.
You know, we've seen a lot of ups and downs from our POV here. When we for instance, we saw a very terrible Lee Sin situation earlier, but this was just godlike from this Jin. He simply cannot miss. Once he pops the ult, just members just go down. Like, everything just falls before him when he goes for that.
Really, really good positioning from Timelapse as well.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes there's a feeling when you're playing, especially something like a Jhin, you're like, wow, I'm just not doing anything during this fight. I'm just AFK at the back of the fight. I need to be contributing more. And I think that anxiety gets a lot of ADC players killed. But Timelapse knows how to wait out the early burst damage in the fight, stay safe, not take any risks, until all of the engage, the Lee Sin, the Alistar has been committed, and there's nothing that can threaten him. And that's when Timelapse comes out of hiding and starts brawling out with the auto attacks, saving the ultimate to close things down.
Yeah, and we kind of speculated that Solo had a better teamfight comp, but they can't just force anything, right? Omega Esports has a pretty decent comp themselves, it's just not dominating. And you saw that there, right? The Jhin was still able to be a really good force in the team fight by himself.
Okay, deep dive in yet again. This is going to be 070, the Alistar, very, very low, but this time Timelapse is under threat. Good pickup, 017 finally falls. Nunza so far forward will be Wild Growth, that's keeping the Kaiser alive, but the deep backline dive from Arise, followed by the damage. Brawl will be deployed and Timelapse and Go have won another team fight.
Can they finish the game right here is the question. They're really going for it. The Hitler is going to fall, and I believe that's it, TJ.
Yep, a very, very good game from Omega Esports as they are able to turn things round. Series of very smart objective engagements. Good play for the backline Jhin.
Well played indeed.
Emphasis on what F2Y is doing. F2Y and Clique on the Wukong are going to be the assassins that need to shut down that Jhin at the beginning of every single team fight. If Timelapse stays alive, then they're failing at their jobs.
Okay, I have something to say about the Jhin. I feel like his name is Timelapse. Right? Just like a different spelling of it, time-lapse.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. I'd believe it if you told it to me.
I'm not telling you, but I'm just suggesting it, so... By the way, that Aurelian Soul came from the opposite side jungle, so... that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I just Ace all things. Go fast. Dragon. Whoosh.
Wait, was the red buff still? Looks like it was, yeah, they stole the red buff. No, they stole the red buff.
Oh, okay. I'm functioning on a very low resolution screen right now, so...
Or, the POV we have right now, their red buff was taken from them by the opposing team. That's why they saw the Aurelian Soul just kind of coming out of their jungle. And then there was a vision fruit thing, whatever it's called, used, and then there was no red buff. And then you saw 3 members come out of there. I'm on the same Minecraft quality stream, but I saw the blurs come.
Very good blur reading, Daniel. I feel like I've told you this before, but the best Aurelian Soul on the North American League of Legends ladder is called Big Worm. And I really like that.
It's very apt. Very happy.
Let's start Big Worms. We're going to start this game pretty slow, I think. It's hard to read the mini-map on our side, but no action seems to be breaking out, aside from a little bit of a Cannon Electric Surge in this lane. Will, of course, more than capable of winning most duels. Ooh, I don't like that. I can't follow this. Cannon will push in. I see a Janna Tornado as well. Over the wall. Safety. Nothing more will come from this fight.
Yeah, unfortunately we can't even see the kill count as well, so if someone died, then we'll have to...
doing a great job reading nowadays. What I've discovered is that if you main League of Legends into RuneScape, I would keep up.
Just for our viewers who are unable... Oh, we have a bit... This is a bit clearer. Maybe not anymore. But for our viewers who are unable to understand what we're going through, basically, our producer Dave is doing his best trying to get us the best feed, but unfortunately, sometimes it can get blurry on our end, even if it isn't for you.
So, I don't know, commentate it a little bit in your head, if we could say. New time-lapse's POV. For Omega Esports, he's playing down the bot lane on the game, and he'll find a sick route. The Janna follow-up is there. Here's the curtain call. Have to do it blind. Oh, very good. Out from that Brawl.
Oh.
That turret's going to take a pounding.
Oh, and Brawl might be in trouble as well.
017 burns the flash. Chase is there. Deep dive. Aves will find the kill. Now you have the turnaround. Very, very low HP Wukong will find the trade table. That flash over the wall goes down. Disaster here, actually. There's no reason this should be happening. And Omega Esports lose way more than they had to here.
That was such a ridiculous fight. So it started off so well for them, you know, forcing the flash out of the Kai'Sa that makes them go away. Take a look at the replay right now. But then, as they're going for the kill onto the Braum because the rotation came in, the Wukong did a very good rotation to meet them as well. The Kai'Sa is able to pick up the kill in the end, which is very good for the side of Soul of Soy here. So, like you mentioned, a little bit deep there, and good meeting them at the point of attack by Soul of Soy.
Yeah, very, very well played. Time-lapse. His name I will absolutely not say right now that you're told me.
By the way, when LeBron was taking, usually, you know, you see sometimes you take a Jhin ult for your team, like one of the shots, right? You don't usually see them take all 4 shots. I just felt for LeBron, like, ow, ow, it hurts, ow, but I got to stand here. Guys, go home.
If the shield was on cooldown, or they were just opting out of it, I assume it would have been on cooldown, but it's a long cooldown. I don't know.
I just felt so bad for him as someone who said that in the past. It's just like, oh god, it hurts, oh no!
Oh, friend. I'm not in trouble, we'll talk.
These roots! Are you kidding me with this Jhin?
Cool?
I think that...
Coming up dry.
I don't think that was a good curtain call, but
What, the Brawl's in the bush?
Yeah, well, why is he in the bush? I don't know. I just know that root was really sick after he got the trap off, so...
That's really, really good Jhin play. This has been one of the more impressive Jhins I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure if, like, they're kind of forcing it, though. You know, it might be a kind of one-trick pony thing here. I'm not to put it down, it's been a great Jhin play, but, it doesn't necessarily match with the rest of the team. So, as far as just the composition and chemistry goes, although I mean, if you're this good, it kind of match with anything, I suppose.
I mean, the Jhin Janna is as close as you can get to Organa Jhin, which is a very deadly combo on old CC. It's basically just if you open a chatter with CC, you can follow up on the boot to just generate a metric year of CC.
Fair enough.
So, it's not quite as good as Morgana Jhin, but you can still make it happen. I think we've seen that combo land exactly once.
Uh-oh. Okay, so they had... Yeah.
Bot lane, Alien Soul will die, but Time-lapse and Co. on Omega Esports make the right call and say, okay, we'll take the Rift Herald in exchange.
Right, but they're probably going to lose their turret in exchange as well. I was about to talk about the Aurelion Soul switching over to the side lane. Looks like he's going to be their choice for the split pusher, but the instant he went down there, and the instant that that Soul Soy saw that the Jhin and the Janna were mid, they just jumped on and immediately took him out and are taking the tower as well.
This was actually, provided Time-lapse doesn't go down here, a positive trade, because Omega Esports get the turret up top. So, turret for turret and the Rift Herald in their pocket. Oh, flashbang. Hextech Ultimatum will be deployed, but not onto the right target, and the root is landed. There's the turn. 017 will need to bail away. Curtain Call finds big damage. Shot after shot raining into this Brawl shield. Won't find the kill. But still, a one-team fight for Time-lapse, who's quite masterfully able to kite back. Now, here comes the Rift Herald, paying dividends in the mid lane. As yet more damage rains through, and yet more turrets fall. Omega Esports looking good yet again.
Yeah, and Aurelion Soul really wanting his revenge here. Really mad at that gate. He's coming and trying to get that damage. And like you said before, you know, you're making me say it too. Time-lapse is just being masterful right now. Ooh, another kill. I'll just get into the play.
Really, really well played.
Anyways, just looking at this replay, well, kind of looking at the replay. Basically, they were able to get the Camille here. Amazing route. This is an amazing route after the ult comes out from the Camille. They take her out. I think the Cannon was able to finish her. And then the Curtain Call was able to get the damage onto the Braum to kill him as well.
That's one of those old names that's really fun to shout. So
it's his curtain call.
We do have objectives coming up. There will be a Drake, if I'm not mistaken, in just a few seconds.
Tyson. Uh-oh.
Tice is too far forward indeed. Can you land the route? No, dodged out. Very good footwork. But the turret will stay full. Esports. Out ahead.
The fact that he was following her path perfectly while moving, that was just... His control with his fingers is amazing there.
Yeah, just really, really good chin mechanics. I believe we even got that blue buff. Well, there's no way for me to really tell.
No, you can see a very blurry blue circle around him, so yeah.
It will be curtain call yet again as this team fight breaks out. Slice and choose up the back lines. That is the Omega Esports team fight wombo combo. The cannon up front, laying down the damage, and the follow-up from behind. And last, yet again, coming up huge.
Yeah, they're still going at it too. You see that the Janet popped her ult to make sure that they get even a better situation for them as the team fight runs down. They even get the Gragas in the end. So, wow, Big E, or I keep calling Big E. Omega Esports is doing an amazing job at the moment. The Jhin, I was about to say he wasn't really landing his ult as of late. He was really doing better with the roots, but he really took it back in that fight. Landed his first 3 shots and 2 in a row on the Wukong to get that very crucial kill. Really providing all-around play here. Sorry?
He landed over curtain call shots last fight. They were stolen into the Brawl shield.
Well, yeah, but that's not that great. So, and he was walking, and he was doing, the Brawl was in the Prometheus school, running away from things, going in a straight line. So that wasn't really like too hard. But this was a very, very good from the Jhin here.
We'll swap over to F2Y over on Soul of Soy, as they are attempting to contest here by the Drake. Baron is up on the opposite side of the map, so there is some possibility. This is a cannon dive deep in. I don't think you win this. Slicing Maelstrom will be deployed. Hextech ultimatum locks down the cannon. Here comes the backup, and indeed, they will. A sliver of HP, but F2Y comes out on top.
Actually able to get that kill, but there's obviously an opportunity cost, and you see that Omega is rotating around the rest of the map, trying to get some sort of objective here. Looks like they're going for the Drake. We're having a hard time seeing, but looks like they're going for it.
Open Soul of Soy. You do see Soul of Soy. Oh! I believe that was stolen away. It's hard to tell. Curtain call in the back of the fight. He's in trouble. Slicing Maelstrom will be deployed. F2Y just has to run away! Oh. We'll get shut down! What is that?
Are you kidding? What did he even use? I can't even tell.
I believe it was the bouncing grenade just finding the kill. And
wow.
Time-elapse doing so much work. And we do get confirmation that Drake was stolen away. Oh no, it was the Cloud. The Cloud here. So the Cloud was picked up successfully by Soul of Soul.
Yes, well done by Soul of Soul here. Good job from our Camille getting onto the back line. They realized that the Jhin is the actual problem. Unfortunately, she pays for it with her life. Seemed like she was going to get out of dodge there with the great at the last second jumping onto her. But a reasonable trade in the end for Soul of Soy. Although they are dying now, though. They're dying now, though.
Time-elapse just walking forward. Click after click. 2 kills passed over to him.
Yeah.
And as a result, I would be amazed if we don't see a Baron tag coming out really soon.
Yeah, could be the case here. It seems like for Soul of Soy, they need someone to get onto the Jhin. It looks like the Baron was taken. But they need either this Camille to get on there, they need the Gragas to, ult on to push it back, they need to get the Wukong there, although the Wukong's a bit better using his ultimate in the middle of the team fight, but, it could... the point is, someone needs to get back there.
We don't get a whole lot of value out of these early team fights as Soul and Soy are continually pressed back from them. And I think Omega Esports are on track to repeat the acts they had during game number 1. And they've stepped a little too far forward. Hextech ultimatum will land. We've seen this before.
It seems like an instant replay, except with the Baron buff minions in the background.
Right. This time it'll open things up for some revenge. Curtain call from the back lines will be shielded out by the Brawl. Good glacial fissure. Oh, and that makes this fight actually very awkward. A turn could come. Omega have to play it a little bit slower. But we do still have overwhelming damage from them, not to mention the Baron minions, so they are still going to be able to press further forward, are still going to be able to take that turret. Indeed, they'll keep shoving. No HP on 070, he'll go down. Now the dive, off of the respawn. Oh, sorry, the heal from the fountain. Not finding any success, but there's such low HPs on the other side. This Camille has to want to dive in. Oh my lord, they are so low! And yet none will go down, and instead the turret will fall!
This has to be so frustrating if you're a solo slot. Can't get a single kill on them, and then just punch by punch and minions force it down.
F2Y hunts in, looks for kills again, and will be denied again.
You gotta feel for Solosoid here. They're trying so hard to stay in the game, and they're doing so many things right to try to take these team fights. They pick up the cannon, they're in a decent spot, but so much damage coming out from the minions there that even if they tried to dive, they would have gotten taken out right away. Good, disciplined play here from our Camille, but you gotta feel for them.
Good monsoon during that fight. From the Janna, and I don't think I really realised how effective the Janna ult could be to just deny any access to that gen. That's exactly what we say.
Right, yeah. Between the ult there, trying to push away and get the healing as well, and the obviously the shield that she's able to supply the gen, she's been doing a really good job of keeping him alive.
And we saw that during the last game as well. Stronger, who's playing the support for Omega Esports, just staying real close to the gen. And for a Jin who kind of needs that sort of bodyguard protection, it really does come down to the ability of the Drake. You do have that Drake passed over to Omega Esports. TP will be coming in here from F2Y. I'm not sure I believe in this. TP welcoming arms in the Eater of Worlds. The Dragon will and it is Tamerlance to follow. This may very well be game. Drake in hand, here comes the shove. We'll swap over to Tamerlance's perspective as they go for the end. The dive, pressure around the side. Look at this Jin damage, flash underneath the turret. That is disgusting.
Oh my goodness.
Laying down an pavement here, 15 minutes into game, and there is just nothing that can hold them back. 2-0, Omega take the dive.
Very well.